I'm a Zen Buddhist priest and the head priest of Beacon Zen Temple in Beacon, New York. And I want to talk today about interconnectedness, about how you and I are not separate. So just think about that for a minute. Where am I right now? I'm speaking to you through a device or through a computer, but where am I literally? You might think that I'm here in New York, but am I? Where is my voice? Is it in the room around me? Is it in the device you're listening to? Is it in the room around you or in your ears? Or maybe it's in your own mind. So in this way, my voice is literally not separate from you. And I am not separate from you. This is the truth of interconnectedness, one of the basic teachings of Buddhism. That nothing in the universe is separate from anything else in the universe. How can this be? Just that I'm here today talking to you is dependent on so many causes and conditions, also known as karma. For example, this morning I got up and I ate breakfast. Where did that come from? The fruit in my breakfast was grown by the farmers, who were grown by their parents, who were grown by their parents. And the fruit in my breakfast came to me from the farm, from a tree, which grew according to the water that fed it, and the nutrients in the earth itself and in the air, all the way out to the entire universe. The nutrients in the tree that grew my apple for breakfast are the same exact elements that are in me and in you. This is the truth of interconnectedness. That everything is dependent on everything else in the entire universe. And because of this, everything we do matters. Because of this, we must learn to be kind, to be considerate, and to develop wisdom, not for ourselves, but for the benefit of everything in the universe. This is a basic truth of Buddhism. Even the teachings that come to you from my mouth to your mind don't come from me, Tenku. The teachings that come out of my mouth today came to me from my teacher. And it came to my teacher from his teacher, and from his teacher before him, all the way back to the time of the Buddha and before. And likewise, the teachings coming out of my mouth right now, going into your mind, are already part of what we call the future. You have heard them, and they're part of you. Do you know this to be true? Some part of you does. Some part of you, perhaps not from the outside in, but from the inside out, some part of you understands this to be true, or you wouldn't be here right now. This is our Buddha nature. That part of us that understands that I am not separate from you, that everything in the universe is dependent on everything else. And because of this, everything matters. Every single thing we do matters. From the way that I treat people on the street to the way that I treat the earth itself. Everything matters. This is the basic truth of interconnectedness. So take this from another angle. What about you? How are you going to take this truth into the life around you? How are you going to continue to walk through the metaverse in a way that's kind, considerate, and accepting that we're all in even this virtual world together, that what we do here matters? I encourage you to come back to this essential truth. So how do we do this? We start with our breath, breathing in, breathing out, letting go of me. Breathing in, accepting that we're all in this together. And as we practice in this way, letting go of the idea of a separate me, then we expand further and further and further until our view of how we are in the world becomes huge, becomes spacious, becomes wide. And when we do this, we understand that the way we are in this world is the way that we are creating the world. How we act right now, us together, co-creates the world that we want to live in. So I'd like to ask you, what kind of a world do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a world that's full of anger, jealousy, meanness, competition? Or do you want to live in a world that lasts? Do you want to live in a world where you can walk down the street, meet your neighbor, say hello, and feel seen, feel loved, feel kindness? We co-create this world together. This is the truth of interconnectedness. So I encourage you, try it. Take these teachings, make them your own, let go of what is not useful to you, and keep what is, and try it on.